There's a number on your phone that you think is money. It isn't, and it never was. Open your banking app. That number isn't cash stacked in a drawer with your name on it. It's a promise. Somebody, somewhere, agreeing that they owe you. And here's the strange part. You trust it completely. You've never seen the money. You just believe the promise. That exact trust is 10,000 years old. Long before banks, before locks, before a single coin existed, humans still had money, piles of shinies worth stealing, and no safe way to keep it. So they invented something better than a vault. The safest wealth was never the wealth you could hold. It was the wealth somebody else remembered they owed you. This is how ancient humans kept their fortunes safe without banks, locks, or money. Explained. Picture the problem. A caveman has a good year, good hunt, good harvest, more than his tribe can eat. He's rich. Now what? He can't bank his money. There's no bank. He can't lock it up. There's no lock. And most of his money is food, which does the one thing food always does. It rots. A pile of grain is a pile of future garbage. A dead mammoth is money with a countdown on it. And a big, obvious stash of shinies isn't safe. It's a target. Every neighboring tribe can see it. He's basically painted "Rob Me" on the side of his own hut. You know the instinct. You don't wave a fat wallet around either. So the richest cavemen did something that sounds completely backwards. They threw a party, and they gave all their money away. Og's kind of people. About 100 years ago, a French anthropologist named Marcel Mauss noticed something you're probably doing this week without clocking it. Someone hands you a beer at a party. You didn't ask for it, but now some quiet part of your brain is already doing the math. You owe them one. Not on paper, just somewhere under your ribs. And you can't fully set that feeling down until you've bought the next round. Moss spent his whole life chasing that feeling. He dug through everything travelers and missionaries had ever written about tribes that lived without money. No coins, no banks, no locks. And the same thing kept jumping out at him. Everywhere he looked, people weren't hoarding their wealth. They were handing it away on purpose. And the ones who gave the most money away weren't the poorest people in the tribe. They were the chiefs. Picture the richest person you know giving away everything they own in a single night, on purpose, and walking away happy. That's the thing Mouse couldn't explain. The Pacific Northwest had a name for it. The potlatch. A chief would throw a feast for the whole tribe and give away everything he had. Blankets, food, carved treasures, his entire pile of shinies, gone in a single night. And when the plates were scraped clean and the last gift left his hands, he wasn't broke. He was the richest man in the room. And that was the part that stopped Mouse cold. Because it makes no sense at all, until you see what the chief was really doing with all that money. So give a gift, and you've quietly placed a debt on everyone who took one. A debt with no due date. The chief who gave his money away didn't lose it. He converted it. He took a pile of shinies that could rot, burn, or get stolen, and turned it into something nobody could lay a finger on. The whole tribe now owed him. And a debt, it turns out, is the one kind of money a thief can't carry off. Think about how good that trick actually is. A pile of gold can be stolen, a silo of grain can burn, a herd can get raided in the dark. But a debt lives inside somebody else's head. You can't sneak into a man's hut and steal the fact that he owes you. You can't set fire to a promise. It doesn't rot. It doesn't rust. It survives the winter. The tribe's memory was the safest vault money ever had, and every feast was a deposit. And this isn't some quaint museum ritual. Climb up your own family tree, past the phones, past the coins, past the first city anyone ever built, and you land on someone who kept their money exactly this way. Your great-great however many greats grandmother had good years too. When her people brought down more than they could eat, she didn't bury it. She gave it away and let the whole tribe owe her back. That was her savings account. No lock, no bank, just money owed, a debt every belly in the tribe remembered. And it wasn't only your ancestors. On the island of Yap, money was giant stone discs, some taller than a man, so heavy that nobody could move them. When a stone changed owners, it stayed exactly where it sat, and everyone just remembered it was yours now. One even got dropped in the ocean and sank, gone for good. Didn't matter. Everyone agreed it still counted, so it still spent like money. Wealth at the bottom of the sea. The money was never the stone, it was the remembering. Now here's the part that should make the hair on your arm stand up. A man named David Graeber went looking for the day money was born, and what he dug up is sitting in your pocket right now. He spent years on the oldest records humans ever wrote down. 5,000-year-old clay tablets from the very first cities. And he found the textbooks had it backwards. We're all taught the same story. First came barter. I trade you 2 goats for an axe. And then some clever caveman invented coins to make it smoother. Graeber found no evidence that ever happened. Not once, anywhere. What came first wasn't coins. It was debt. The oldest money records on Earth aren't receipts for gold. They're lists of who owes what to whom. Money didn't begin as a shiny thing. It began as a memory of a favor, a written down IOU. Here's what that means. The number on your phone isn't a modern invention at all. It's the potlatch, the give it all away feast, running one more time. When you have money in the bank is not holding your shinies in a drawer with your name on it. The bank owes you. Your balance is a debt. Their debt to you. You're the chief. They took your pile, and you're trusting the tribe to remember. Even the richest cavemen alive still run it. The billionaires don't sit on mountains of money. Their fortunes are stock, stacks of paper promises, claims on companies. I owe us, with better branding. 10,000 years. Same trick. The safest wealth was never the wealth you could hold. It was the wealth somebody else remembered they owed you. Open that banking app one more time. Look at the number. You've never held most of it. You can't. It isn't a thing. Your money is a promise a company is keeping for you, written in a ledger you will never see. And you trust it all the way. The same way a caveman trusted his whole tribe to remember the feast he threw. Every payday, you hand your money to someone else and take back a number. Every time you tap your card, you're not moving coins. You're rearranging who owes what. You run the ancient trick a dozen times a day and never once notice. Your savings aren't shinies in a box. They're a favor. A favor somebody promised to honor. And a favor is only ever as safe as whoever's keeping track of it. That number on your phone hasn't moved a pixel. But look at what it actually is now. Not money sitting in a vault with your name on the door. There is no vault, and there never was. Your money is a promise. A favor the whole system is quietly keeping track of. You handed your pile to the tribe, and every single day you trust them to remember you're owed. And the same instinct is running the entire jungle. The ones hoarding gold, the ones wearing their wealth, the ones borrowing against tomorrow's dinner, all playing one ancient game in newer clothes. The safest wealth was never the wealth you could hold. It was the wealth somebody else remembered they owed you. And you play it too. Every time you check that balance, you're doing exactly what your great-great-grandmother did around that feast, trusting the tribe to remember what you're owed. 10,000 years of practice, and you do it without blinking. Satire about fictional cavemen in a make-believe jungle. Please do not sue Og. Tap the red rock and tell Og down below the strangest thing your ancestors ever used for money. The bigger the tribe, the more old bones Og digs up.